Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Ben Seidman's Permanent Record. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get right into it. Alright, just to start off, I wanted to let any magic distributors or creators know, any who are watching this video, if you would like to send me a magic product for me to review for you, please contact me at bffanmail@gmail.com and we can talk about it. I hope this review helps all of you customers decide whether or not you will purchase Permanent Record. It's really good, but we'll get more into that in just a second, right after we head into a quick performance. So the trick starts off by asking your spectator what their favorite card is. If they say Queen of Hearts, you snap your fingers and show that the Queen of Hearts is right there on the bottom of the box. Then after that, you just take out all the cards and set that box down. It doesn't have to leave the view at all. Next, what you do is you show your spectators that all of the cards are different, all of them, and tell them to pick a card. Oh, that one's one that someone signed on, don't pick that, but pick a different card. So they reach in and they just touch one. So they look at it and they remember it. So you guys look at it, don't tell me what it is. Obviously you can't because you're through a screen. But then, if we snap our fingers, the Queen of Hearts on the bottom of the box changes into their card. And you tell your audience that every single card box, they will now see the 10 of Hearts, even though the cards on the back are all different. I'll show you some boxes. For example, now these have the 10 of Hearts on the back. These have, see, a 10 of Hearts, because now they are permanently hypnotized, and that's just a really cool effect. Now let's get right into the review. But before that, some of you may be wondering what this is. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to say, Robert Ramirez gave this to me, and it's a really cool image of someone palming a card. And I don't know if you wanted to know that. I just really wanted to tell you all that. So now, without further ado, let's get right into the review. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that performance. That is one application for Permanent Record gimmick. For the Permanent Record gimmick. So let's start off with what you get. You get this nice box. And inside of it, there is a QR code and a download link. You get a sealed deck of cards, and inside the sealed deck, you get 4 Permanent Record gimmicks. 2 of them are red, 2 of them are blue. And they're rider back, and 1 red Ace of Spades gimmick, 1 red Queen of Hearts gimmick, 1 blue Ace of Spades, and 1 blue Queen of Hearts gimmick are included. So in addition, you also get a gimmick deck of cards just to assist with the routining and some of the effects that are possible with Permanent Record. The 2 gimmicks that are red are really good, as well as the 2 gimmicks that are blue are also really high quality. They'll probably last you a lifetime. And when the gimmick is on the box, this is just what it looks like. See the Queen of Hearts. And you can also add the Ace of Spades gimmick if you don't think your spectator will say that Queen of Hearts is their favorite card. You can put on the Ace of Spades. The gimmick deck comes in red bicycle back. And so the box included is not gimmicked. However, the thing about this box is that, how do I explain this? The design on the back of the box does not match on some of my other decks of cards. However, if you have some decks of cards that match, that have a design that matches the permanent record gimmick, then you could use your everyday tuck case or even a gimmicked tuck case. For example, I use the top of the box scaff, and I can put the gimmick on the top of the box scaff without making the top of the box scaff have any less functionality. However, yes, one discrepancy was that these words present on this box are not present on my everyday box, which I just got in a brick of these from Costco. So the design of the permanent record gimmick is not the same as every bicycle box. So keep that in mind. And another thing about this is my fault. I accidentally, at first, opened the seal the wrong way. I opened it like this, so that the seal was broken here. Now, you can't do that, or it will make the gimmick highly discrepant, and that is not good. So I needed to peel off a seal from another box and cut it properly, and it was just a big mess. So let's talk about the gimmicks you get. The 4 permanent record gimmicks are really high quality. They're gonna last you forever if you take care of them well. They really are. I'm really happy that Ben included 4 gimmicks, because now each one I feel will last a long time, but with 4, this is gonna last you a very long time if you take care of it. With the misprinted gimmicked deck, I feel like that'll also last you a long time. There's no rough and smooth or anything. It's a really clever gimmick, and I have never actually seen this kind of gimmick deck before. Maybe I've seen it once in an illusionist product, but I've never seen anything like this, because this gimmick deck of cards isn't your typical gimmick deck of cards. It isn't, I'll say this kind of in code, it is not half and half. It is more pushed towards one side. If you have this deck, you will understand what I mean. But that's what I really liked about this product. I liked that this gimmick deck was unique, and I also enjoyed that they have 4 gimmicks, and I'm happy with that. So, enough of the rambling on that. I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, good gimmicks. I'm sure all of the gimmicks, including the gimmick deck, will last a long time. The gimmick deck is in red rider back, or red bicycle back, standard bikes, and it has it's USPCC printed, and it handles really nice. It has a nice finish. The gimmick deck is not necessary to perform this effect. You can do it with just an ordinary pack of cards and the permanent record gimmick, as long as you can force a card. The gimmick deck makes this a beginner effect. However, it's not necessary, as it's just some extra pocket space. And yeah, there are some discrepancies when the permanent record gimmick is on the box. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not going to point them out because that may lead to some method exposure, but there are some discrepancies. But I highly doubt any of the audience will notice. I've performed this a couple of times now in the real world, and no one's noticed at all. Okay, so let's talk about now the tutorial. As mentioned, you get a QR code and a link for the permanent record tutorial. So how is it? The tutorial is really, really, really great. Ben Seidman goes above and beyond, really. He's mic'd up, showing moves on a green close-up pad, and everything's crystal clear. The video's crystal clear. The tutorial's just over an hour, I believe an hour and 5 minutes. And everything is covered about permanent record. He goes above and beyond, because not only does he teach in detail, he leaves no stone unturned about permanent record and the gimmick deck. He also teaches multiple full-blown routines, as well as techniques that are not even necessarily related to permanent record that will improve your walk-around magic. And this is something you don't see every day with a magic release. Most times creators just go, boom, here's the effect, boom, here's how to do it, boom. They don't actually, and this isn't a bad thing, but they don't often really take a deep dive into the product, how to routine it, how to incorporate it into your act, how to do all of that. Ben does all of that. He's speaking English. I don't know why I need to mention that, but he's speaking English. There's no subtitles. And it's a downloadable video. And in the tutorial, I love the subtleties, explanations, and as a free bonus, the close-up magic method Ben teaches, which isn't a trick, it's just a way you can incorporate pre-show into your magic, and that's really good. He teaches ditches for the gimmick and more. Some of the subtleties, however, such as the signed card subtlety, which I showed in the performance, require you to provide a couple extra cards that match this back design, red bicycle cards, which shouldn't be that hard to find. Ben teaches you how to make this into a full routine, where to put it in your act, and the only negative about the tutorial is there's no live performances in it. So the examinability, the box in this case, right now, when you're showing the Ace of Spades or Queen of Hearts, it's not examinable. But after it goes to the 10 of Hearts, it's completely examinable. Well, they can take off the cellophane, they can touch it, they can even keep the box. And that's really great. The reset. What's the reset like? Well, whether you're using a regular or gimmicked deck, the reset's pretty much the same. It takes less than 5 seconds. You just have to put the gimmick back on the box. I'm not going to say any more than that because I don't want to expose the method. It's really great, though. So who would like this? Anyone would like this. Intermediate, beginner, advanced magicians, because beginners would find this easy because the gimmick deck does so much of the work for them. And magicians would find this great because they can use sleight of hand, they can use gimmicks. It's just a really great trick. And the gimmicks, as I said, are durable, and so is the gimmicked deck. There's no rough and smooth, no, nothing like that. So what are the angles like? You can perform this pretty much surrounded. However, there are points where you want to direct the attention away if there are people standing behind you or below you, because at the start you're doing something. You're doing a little move, which I'm not going to get too deep into. However, yes, you can perform this pretty much surrounded. I've done it once, completely surrounded. No one Not even a single person noticed. Not even the group's heckler, who was starting to get really annoying at that time. But yes, the angles are great. Does this work every time? Is the gimmick surefire? Yes, this trick works every time. There are things the spectator can do, like if they say their favorite card's the Ace of Spades or Queen of Hearts, that can assist the effect and make it more impactful. But it does work every time. And the gimmick is reliable. Pocket space. You just need to carry around a regular deck of cards. That's it. The gimmick is already in the box, and it won't likely fall off unless you're shaking a lot or unless something's rubbing against it. But I don't think it would fall out. There's nothing sticky. It's a relatively small gimmick compared to some other gimmicks gimmicked boxes. This isn't a gimmick box. It's smaller than a box. It's not even that thick. It's just a super simple gimmick, super powerful routine. The trailer. Let's look at the trailer. I've seen the trailer. The trailer is pretty honest, other than the fact that it says this is self-working. This is pretty much self-working, but it's not completely self-working. Now, let's read the ad copy to see if that's honest. Oh yes, this is not self-working because there's a spot in the routine where you have to transfer something, and there's another spot where you have to make sure you don't flash. And that's very important. But yes, the ad copy. A mind-bending effect that alters reality in their hands. Permanent record by Ben Seidman, creator of the best-selling effect Oracle system, and Vanishing Inc. is a jaw-dropping experience that will leave your audience questioning everything they knew. Without a doubt, the best way to get big reactions is by making magic happen in someone else's hands. Permanent record! Sorry, I had to say that. It was in bold, so yeah. Not only allows you to do that, but it's almost unfair how easy it is to perform. A printed image changes in their hands, leaving them with an unforgettable memory. You start by explaining how every deck of cards has a playing card printed on the box. Next, they're given the case to hold as they select a card from the pack. Your audience will lose their minds when they check the box again and see that the card printed on the box has transformed to match their selection. That is very true. The special gimmick and deck included allows you to start performing this self-working miracle right away. In the nearly 1.5-hour video, Ben also shares how to perform permanent record with a normal deck and other bonus ways to use the gimmick to enhance routines you probably already do. You also get a devious secret that will improve your overall close-up magic. Dr. Jonathan Picard's original multi-phase ambidextrous handling, and so much more. The one thing is, it says it's a 1.5 hour video. It's not a 1.5 hour video. It's 1 hour and 5 minutes, I believe. You'll absolutely love performing permanent record. It's a quick, easy, powerful effect that genuinely amazes everyone. Discover why Ben Seidman never leaves home without this in his pocket, and you shouldn't either. Yep. Other than that one quibble, that's pretty honest in my opinion. Next, let's talk about the price. This costs $25 US. Is this fair? I really think so. The tutorial's quite good. They include 4 gimmicks, 2 red bikes, 2 for blue bikes. There are many handlings taught in the tutorial. You get good packaging, and a gimmick deck. I'm so pleased they include a gimmick deck. What do I think this should cost? I think it's fair they charge about $35, and as the subtleties and walk around magic tips taught in the tutorial are really gems, and I'll be using them for sure in some of my future strolling gigs. They could even charge, I would have bought this for $40 for sure. Now, the pros and cons. The pros: everything's examinable after the effect. There's a quick reset. The gimmick deck is included. 4 gimmicks are included. This works with red and blue bicycle backs. The gimmick back design is rider back, which I just mentioned, and many handlings are included. There's a great price. Awesome subtleties are taught. It takes up little pocket space, and it's an easy effect. It caters to beginner magicians all the way up to advanced magicians. And now for the cons. The tutorial doesn't have any live performances. This is so unfortunate. Any magic creator, include live performances. It enhances the product so much. That's one thing. The box design also doesn't match some other boxes. This isn't too important because this is probably my fault where I live. I live in Canada, so maybe that's why the box design doesn't match. Also, there are some discrepancies when the gimmick is in the box. You can see there may be some discrepancies you can see. And that's about it for the cons. Now, what do I rate this? I rate this 100%. I will absolutely be using it. I'll be using not only the permanent record gimmick, but also Ben's tips for walk around magic. I highly, highly recommend this effect. Ben really cares about his release because he's included so many subtleties that not many magicians do. He goes so in depth into this release, and I'm so proud. It's not even my effect, and I'm proud of this effect. But honestly, this is a game changer in my act. I will be performing this in all of my future, or most of my future close-up shows. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this review and it helped you make an informed decision on whether or not you're going to get this. If you do buy this or have it, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Again, thanks for visiting this channel. Please subscribe for more reviews, tutorials, and more. See you next time. Peace out.